Hey y'all, it's Julia, the Nomadic Crafter, and I am here in the sewing room. And boy, it's hot, hot, hot in this house. It's all I can do to not drip onto my work. But this is my work. I wanted to show you what I'm working on here. I just have a bunch of patches everywhere. These are from my miscellaneous fabrics little container there from the back of the van. And there's some beautiful pieces. The jeans I'm working on right now is going to use, some wild tribal fabrics like these. But I ended up finding this tie-dye denim fabric, and I thought, man, that looks perfect on there. Listening to Abraham Hicks. I just turned her off because it's annoying. So this is the pair of pants I'm working on right now. This side has just some simple denim pieces with bleach marks and distressing. Will be on that side, and this panel is slightly larger than that one, which helps balance it out because this is the more vibrant, in-your-face one, and then this one makes sense to be slightly larger to bring it out. I don't want it to be the same exact size, and I didn't want to just do a couple little patches. So I think this is how I'm going to sew these on now, and I just want to show you how I'm doing this work. Usually I will cut open the side of a pair of jeans, and I'll cut out some of the fabric completely and just make it nice and shaped right, and I'll put in a patchwork strip. Then I got to sew it on this side and on that other second side, both sides. 3 stitches, 1 to connect it, 2 zigzag interior seam, and then 3 we'll do a top stitch. Well, in this project, I've just taken apart the leg right at the seam. So I've literally I haven't cut the jean at all. I've just undone the stitching that was holding it together right there. And on this side, similarly right there. And it's open so that I can have access to this sewing work here and fit it under this here. That's one of the things about sewing. You're sewing this way, but you can't really put a pant leg this way because there's no hole over here for it to go onto. You can remove this, which makes it a little bit smaller. You have this underspace here, but still you can't put a pant leg on there, so you can only do it so much. And these being skinny legs, thin legs, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this work without opening this up. So the beauty of this is that when I go to sew it back together, I'm just going to sew it right on the seam that it was on before. So I'll turn the jeans inside out and I'll line it up. Sorry, hard to show you with one hand. I'll line it up right along that where it was before. Line both of these up like that and just stitch it back down, and it'll look like it was never taken apart. So these jeans here will be very quick. I'll end up doing them, which is great because I made another pair before that I'm about to show you that I'm not that happy with, and I just had quite a frustrating day. It's always uncomfortable for me to be in anybody else's house working because, it's really hot in this one, but I just don't know where everything is. I don't know how everything works. For instance, this plug is not heating up the iron, so I have to keep bringing this iron over to another plug over there and heating it up and then unplugging it, bringing it back over here and ironing until it gets cold again. Then I got to bring it back over. Yeah, that's that. But anyway, I already made one pair I'm going to show you right now, and they're all right, but I'm just not feeling it, but here they are. These were meant to be like a multicolor sort of thing going on, and I started with this doily-like cream material underneath there, and it just set the whole project off. Like, I couldn't find anything that was working with that doily cream. And as you can see here, I kept was trying to save this pretty floral part here, and there were some ruffles up here I ended up covering. The whole thing just wasn't working, and I must have spent an hour and a half trying to figure that out, and that's what I ended up with. It's all right. When it's on the body, it'll look pretty cool for a gal that wants a little bit of splash like this. This side I like. Love those batik faces. This is a little bit of African fabric And then the polka dots are there to basically balance out the outlandishness of the other side. So I could keep adding, but my whole idea was to just have fun and be spontaneous and not plan too much. But what ended up happening, and not be so perfect, every single patch is perfect and even, and it just doesn't look spontaneous. And that's why I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the color scheme either. But I am trying to sell these pants, and they'll be at California Patchwork on Etsy. But yeah, I guess it's just getting warmed up. Oops. Okay. So there's another thing. There's nowhere to hang anything here. So that was my best effort at hanging something. I put this patch on the back of this lake, and that's fun. So these are pretty awesome, and I think I'll be happy with these. I love this piece here. It matches perfectly with these denim jeans. So yeah, and then I have one more pair to work with and a pair of men's jeans. So I'm just going to keep sewing, then I'm going to load it all back up in the van. And my energy is pretty not super happy. I am grateful to be able to sew here. It's awesome. I could have just stayed and made hats at the beach. That would have worked out too. Anyway, thank you for looking at this very brief sewing video. Really am stoked about these, so I'm just going to get into the energy of that and be happy. All right? So thanks for watching my videos, and I'll be back out on the road soon. Hopefully with the van. Thanks, guys. Have a beautiful and productive day. Wow!